Yay! Saturday Qigong. Saturday Qigong online. Saturday, August 22nd. Wild Goose Moving Meditation is today. Avoiding the smoke, the fire smoke. Do warm-ups, then go through some movement details 8 through 11, and then do the form together. That's the online format. Doing waist rotations. Top of the head is still. Feet are still. Feeling as much of the ground as possible with the bottom of the feet. Then massaging up and down on the shu kidney points, left and right on the shu kidney points. And then other direction, waist rotations, going as far forward as back, as far to each side as forward and back. And then palm over palm, lagong over lagong into chest and massage, letting the shoulders relax. And then switching which hands on top and massaging in the other direction. After waist rotations, do hip rotations so the feet are shoulder wide, parallel to each other. You can check what parallel looks like or feels like. And then either the fingers or lagong palm on huan tiao, the divot in the butt, the hip joint point. And again, the same idea of the top of the head being still, anchored up to the sky, and the feet being still, glomming onto the floor as much as they can. Toes spread, ball of the foot connecting, heel of the foot connecting. Even though the feet are still, can feel the weight distribution shifting as the hips go around. Oh wow, Anne made it. Good morning, Anne. I think that my parents are on too, so good morning, parents. And massaging huan tiao, and then massaging lower back, and hip rotations in the other direction. Letting all of the joints and muscles and tendons and everything make room for those rotations to happen while the head and the feet are anchored. Then bring palm over palm, lagong over lagong into lower dantian, massaging. And then switching which hands on top and massaging the other direction. Then we'll do knee rotation, so the feet come back together and hands rest lightly on the knees and squatting down to keep the back straight, making circles with the knees. And then massaging the knees down on the inside up on the outside, kneecaps, and then knee rotations in the other direction. And then massaging the kneecaps down on the outside and up on the inside. And another round of those can either go lower, letting the heels come up off the floor, or can do them even more shallow and let the hands rest further up on the legs. But playing with them for a second round. Then brushing down the legs and patting down the legs. And rotations in the other direction, whatever variation you're up to. Then brushing on insides of the legs, brushing up the insides of the legs. Feet back together. And we'll do the arm rotations. The circle completes inside of us, going through upper, middle, lower dantian, and extends outside of us, following the arc of the hands, and keeping our consciousness and focus with the circle through each rotation. And pushing up, letting the whole front of the body expand and open. Coming back to center and going up again. Center and up. Center and to the right, letting the left side of the body open up. Eyes are looking up at the hands. Wrist is open, elbow, shoulder, ribs, hip, knee, ankle, all opening up. Back to center. Up to the right again. Center. Up to the right. Center. Up to the left. Good morning, Gail and Andy. You made it. Not quite as fun as Sue Bierman, but at least we get some Qigong in. Up to the left. Center. Up to the left again. Center, and then coming down, pushing down the front of the body and making circles back towards yourself. And always bending from the hip to keep the back straight. And then pushing down from upper dantian in front, and then pivoting the torso to do it to the right, pivoting the torso to do it to the left, and then grasping elbows and making little circles or just hanging out. And massaging down the legs, and then patting down the legs. Then we'll get some kicks in before we do chin to toe. Loosen the legs up ahead of time, so protecting the back, the shoe kidney points, and kicking out across the body down through the heel, down the back of the leg. Letting each kick be a snap and then bring it down slowly and quietly to the ground. And kicking down the top of the leg through the toe. And then time for some chin to toe. Leg out at an angle, lining the torso, grasping the elbows, bending from the hua, hip joint, letting the back be straight, chin and toe are aligned to each other, eyes are looking into the floor as we make circles with the crossed arms. And then reaching out with 10 fingers. And massaging. A little bit harder on the outside going down, a little bit harder on the inside coming up. And then patting down the leg. Finding the back on the way up and walking it off. And back to the chin to toe on the left side. Left leg out, aligning the torso, crossing the arms, folding from the paw, back straight, making circles. Chin and toe aligned to each other, eyes into the floor. Reaching out with 10 fingers. And massage. And then patting. And minding the back on the way up. Walking it off. And back to chin to toe on the right side. Leg out at an angle, lining the torso. This time, 6 fingers, 3 on each hand. Folding from the hua, reaching out with the arms. 6 fingers pointing down to the ground, eyes down into the ground, chin, toe aligned to each other. Two fingers, one on each hand. Grasping the toe. Massage. And pat. finding the back on the way up, and walking it off. Back to the left side. Left leg out, extended, lining the torso, 6 fingers, 3 on each hand, folding, reaching out into the floor, eyes also into the floor, chin and toe aligned to one another, back is straight, neck is straight. Two fingers, one on each hand. Grasping toe. Massage. And pat down the leg. Lining the back on the way up. Walk it off. And back to rounded kicks. Now that we've loosened up the legs, the hands come back to the shikini points on the back to provide stability, and first kicking out through the heels. Bring the foot down quietly and softly. The hands on the back help keep the stack of lower dantian, middle dantian, upper dantian stable through the kicks. And then kicking down the top of the leg through the toes. And then we'll do pretzel maneuver. Right hand over the left shoulder, left hand in front of the face, looking to the right, aligning the palms to the ears, all going to the ears. Relaxing. And then other side. Left hand over the right shoulder, right hand in front of the face, looking to the left. Relax. Left hand over right shoulder, left hand in front of the face, looking to the right. Relax. Left hand over right shoulder, right hand in front of the face, looking to the left. Relax and patting, slapping on the corner of the shoulder and under the arm, and letting the arms hang as loose as they can be while we're doing this. And just letting momentum do the work to get the cup palms to connect with those points. And then we'll do the arm rotations, bending the left leg, left hand on the left thigh, right arm hanging loose, and forward, up the front, down the back. Switching directions with the arm coming up the back and down the front. And then turning around on the heels, 180 degrees to face the other direction, and left arm comes up the front, down the back. Both feet are 100% on the floor, fully connected to the floor. Switching the direction of the arm. And then slapping, patting across the back and the top of the shoulder. Again, letting the arms hang loose and letting momentum do as much work as possible. Switching the direction you're facing on the heels. Feet back together and massage the back, the shu kidney points in circles. And then massaging da bao. Or as we say in the park, da bao! Then the lower lymph nodes. Chest. A little bit off center to get the collarbone. And then switching sides. Shoulder, scapula. Heading. Switching sides. And patting. And we'll do the arms, massaging up the arm from the very tips of the fingers past the wrist, elbow, shoulder, and being sure to get the thumb in there, getting all the fingers, including the thumb. And then turning the arm over and massaging down the inside of the arm. Again, being sure to get all the fingers and the thumb at the very end tips of the fingers. And the other arm, up from the fingertips, up the top of the arm. Then turning the arm over and going down from the shoulder, past the elbow, past the wrist, past the webbing, past the ends of the fingers. Shaking the hands out, wrists out, arms out, shoulders out. And then we'll do the hand-eye coordination, connecting fingertips to fingertips one at a time, then past the webbings and then past the wrist. Looking at the hands while you do this. And then switching sides. And massaging the palm, gong, middle finger down into the crease of the hand, in between the pointer finger and the middle finger in the hand, looking for hollow space. And I'm massaging this point. I can feel my sinuses opening up, which is super pronounced right now because of all the smoke. And massaging the heat around the palm and then out to the ends of the fingers. Other side, finding Lao Gong, bring the middle finger in to the crease on the palm, massaging between the pointer and the middle finger and looking for space. Then massaging that heat around the palm. And massaging from the center of Lao Gong out to the ends of each finger. Twice on the pinky. And then your hands are already warmed up. You can use a little friction and then massage the back of the neck. Get a little bit of the shoulder in. Other side. Then we'll do the beauty massage, cradling with the left hand and using the right hand, hugu in the side of the hand to brush from the collarbone, past the chin, moving from right to left, and then moving from left to right. Cradling with the right and brushing with the left. And massage the temple between the corner of the eye and corner of the ear. And the corners of the eyes, looking for the divot in the orbit of the eye. Corners of the nose. And mouth, forming a V with the fingers. And cradling with that hand, forming a V with the other fingers. Ears. Getting all of the ears. All of the ears. And then drums of heaven, palms over the ears and drumming with the fingers. And we will see, do we do this already? I don't think so. Brushing up the cheek with a V past the ears. And then the washing face, comb hair. First getting rid of any stale, stagnant, smoky, sooty chi. And then making a sphere around the head. Gathering to ourselves. And then one leg stand. So all the way into the left leg. and letting the right leg be light and can just play with the ankle or touch the heel and toe to the floor, alternating, lifting the leg, and as the foot comes down, brushing against the floor, finding it, and then committing weight, letting the weight transfer happen gradually till that right foot is all the way connected to the floor, all the toes are spread, and foot is touching the floor with as much of its surface as it can. And then the left foot can play with the ankle, heel toe, lift the leg. And as the foot comes down, letting it brush the ground before connecting, transferring the weight, and right foot is free again. Right foot comes down, connects, gradual transfer, left foot is free. Left foot comes down, then we'll stretch out the inside of the leg. So coming down with the right leg extended, right arm extended, left hand either supporting yourself or forming a claw, eyes following the right hand down into the floor. Switching directions. So the left leg is extended, left hand extended down to the floor, eyes following the left hand. Back to center, and then massaging up the insides of the legs. Then we'll do walking kicks, so protecting the back, the shin kidney points again, and kicking with the heel. And then kicking with the toe. And then top of the foot across the Achilles tendon. Walking meditation. Okay, enough warming up. Do a single bow and transition to some movement details. This week we're covering off on moves 8, 9, and 11. So that's raising the hands, turning the hands over, and folding over. So right before that, what we were doing is we had pushed and set the wings, and then done the expel chi, or dragging hugu around the waist, and then to get into number 8, this week's movements, bring the palms to the chest and looking for that connection between the chest and the palms. Just like we done for push and set wings, each one of them we found the chest palms before reaching out, but instead of reaching out, we now pushed up, fingers leading the way, past the neck, past the face, up over the top of the head. And the hands aren't touching each other or the body as this happens, and then elbows spread so that the fingers are pointing towards each other and the fingers interlace. Then turning the hands over, pushing up and looking up, and then folding from the hua, keeping the back straight, and then hands up to knee high, pivoting to the left, pushing down outside the left toes, then pivoting to the right, pushing down outside the right toes, coming back to center. And that's as far as we're covering, so you can just close after that. And then I'll do it facing the camera, which is the direction that I would normally be facing while we're doing this. Can go back to expelling, and then the hands rise to the chest. The fingers should be below the chin, below the neck, which gives them space to then move up past the neck, past the face. Laogong, palms hot, up to Bai Hui. Laogong aligns to Bai Hui, and then the elbows open up, and the fingers interlace. And this is a movement right here, just turning the hands over and looking up, pushing up. That is a full movement in its own right. So a lot going on there, even though physically it doesn't look like a lot. Everything is flipping. And then folding over and bring the hands up to knee high, torso to the left, pushing down, torso to the right, pushing down, and then back to center. Close. And one detail on when you're bending over like that or folding, you don't have to go down super far, but the idea is that there is an alignment between your upper dantian, the fingers that are interlaced, the laogongs, and the floor. There's that line, and that's what's being connected as we come down from here and come down however far as it's comfortable. It doesn't even have to be that far, but the hands continue the motion of coming down until there's an alignment between the upper dantian and the floor, and the hands are in the middle of that. Because originally as we're coming down, the hands are all the way up, and if the hands didn't continue, then they would be pointing out, but they want to come down. So that when we come over to the left, we're pushing down, and it's between upper dantian and the floor. Then the hands come up so that the elbows are bent, and we come over to the right, and we push down. And at that point, we don't bring the hands back up, the elbows remain extended, and we come back to center. So I'll do that again. This direction, we're up, and then without even folding over that far, just a slight bend to the hip. The hands come down, and there's alignment between upper dantian, hands, floor. And then the elbows are bent. Come over to the right side, push down outside the left feet. Elbows are bent. Coming over to the right, pushing down outside the right. Elbows are extended, and we come back to center and close. Aaron says hearts from mom. Okay, hearts mom. I think that my brother must be at my parents' house now. So one more detail with this one is coming back to the turning over. Our hands interlace, and then again, there's not much physically happening here, but as our hands are interlaced, our logons and everything's focused down through the body, upper dantian, middle dantian, lower dantian, all the way down through the legs, and it's a very yin, relaxed earth connection, sinking, and then as the hands turn over and we look up, everything is now pointing up, and it's yang, active, expanding, and as we fold over, bringing that sense of fullness with us on the way down. So not letting the chi and the focus and attention get lost as we fold over. As I'm pushing up, there's a roundness to the arms. Even though the arms are extended, there's a roundness and fullness here. And that is maintained as fold over and bring the arms down consciously to be in line with upper dantian. That roundness is maintained. And then that gives us more to work with as we are pushing down on either side. We're keeping that connection with us through that whole thing. And there's a lot of that in the form, just the keeping the thread of consciousness focused on where you're holding yourself and how the parts of your body are aligning and how that all feels. And that's one of the things that keeps my mind busy during moving meditation. It lets me actually get in the zone and keeps my mind from thinking about all the other things that are going on in life, and it keeps me in my body. So there's a lot of things to consider about alignment as we're doing all these movements. Any more details on these? There's probably plenty more, but I think that's good for now. I want to have time to do the form together, so why don't we do 3 bows to get in mood for the form. First bow to each other, thanking each other for making space and time to practice. Another bow to thank our teachers and the lineage and the form. Really the geese. The geese are the OGs. And then another bow to the world and all our space that we have to do the form. So find your space, and if there's any warm-ups that you didn't get to do, either from Qigong or any other practice that you have and you want to do them just to get in your body, you can loosen up and get comfortable and find your space in your space. And then finding the starting position where the feet are parallel, shoulders are relaxed, Baihui is open to the sky, reaching up with the top of the head, toes are spread, feet are touching the ground as much as they can. Little space underneath the arms so that the armpits aren't clenched and tight against your body. Palms Soft and open, fingers spread, thumbs forward, tongue touching lightly, finding balance forward, back, left, right. And begin. Rolling over, scooping up, opening to the sky, palms to lower dantian, pushing the wings, setting the wings, and exhale. One more time, pushing, setting, hands to the chest. This week's movements past the neck, past the face. Bao Gong Bai Hui line. Elbows spread, fingers interlace. Turning the hands over, pushing up. And folding. Hands come up to knee high and push down outside left. Up to knee high, down outside right. Center. Hands come apart. And we rock forward, rock back, left claw, right macrocosmic orbit, flap like the bird, 3 times, right claw, left macrocosmic orbit, flap. Left hand comes to chest, rising up. Right hand drops, stir chi. Wave hands like clouds. On the 4th one, rinse waist. Raise single wing. Wrap around the waist, ear, head. Lining the palms below the collarbone. Claw above the collarbone. Drag moon from water. Outer moon. Turn around. Step forward. And then look at the moon. Inner moon. Pushing on the left. Switching to the right, another 3 times. At the bottom of the 3rd, begin fluttering. And look out over the water. Fly over the water. Drink water. Step up, feet parallel, and digest water. Pausing. Shake. Pause. Shake. Pause. Grasp chi. Use fist. Ten. Grasp cheek palms up. 10. Lifting the fingers, letting the hands spiral past the face, all the way up, reaching to the sky, big sphere. Bring the sphere down around the feet to the left. Right hand on top of left hand and massage the ball of chi into lower dantian as we move from left to right. Turning the ball over on the right. Left hand on top with the right hand as we massage from the right to the left. Massage twice back to center. Absorb at lower dantian. Dragging up the body, opening to the sky. Big ball of chi down to the feet again. Standing meditation. Palms aligned to upper dantian. Feet fully on the floor. Okay. Hands come to upper dantian, middle dantian. Pause at lower dantian. Continue. Palms to Huantiao, Ulu to Huantiao. Arms up, shoulder high. Expel. Pause, come back to Shukini points and shake and make space for 7 steps if you need. And relax. Shake. Relax. Shake. Relax. Push to the 7 steps, gliding. Seventh one, fluttering at lower dantian, pivot left heel, pivot right heel, flutter up. And fly up. Six. 7. Flutter to lower dantian. Pivot left heel, pivot right heel, fluttering up. Sides. Fluttering forward. Stop fluttering, form claws, and search for food. Number 7. Palms at lower dantian, pivot on heels, and build nest. Number 7, pushing all the way down, pivot on the left heel, pivot on the right heel, fluttering, upper dantian, stopping fluttering at middle dantian, fingers close, land on lower dantian and sleep. Going down on the heels, raising up, close, landing yourself still, back at the same position where you started. Bring your legs together, and walking meditation. Okay, thank you for practicing. We can do another set of 3 bows, thanking each other for making time and space. Practice with each other. Another bow thanking our teachers, their teachers, all the lineage holders in the form. And out of the world that we're all going back to and carrying all our chi into. Yeah, thanks for practicing. I'm glad we could practice on Saturday even with this smoke. If you're in California, be safe. It's not as bad as previous years, but that doesn't mean it's good. Yeah, thank you for practicing. Reach out if you have any questions or ideas, and see you next week. Or, yeah, maybe sooner if I hear from you. All right, have a good day. Thanks for practicing. Bye.